Awesome. Good. All right. What day are we on? It's a Thursday. How's the day been? Must have been smashing for you all. It's been a really long week for me, and I just wanted to start this session by thanking everyone who has taken the time out to come and listen to this webinar. And also wanted to just thank my team. My team's around me today as well, and they're going to be making sure that everything goes right. There will be times that I will be switching the chat on and off. So bear with me. There is a lot of information I want to share with you today. Just make sure you have a pen and a paper ready. So if you don't have a pen and a paper, make sure you have a pen and paper ready. Make sure you have something to drink. Water would be great because I'm not having any scotch or red wine next to me today. Otherwise, I would love to have a red wine or a scotch myself. But anyway, please make sure that you have something to drink, pen and a paper. And I'm going to be starting literally any minute soon. I'm just making sure that everything's around me is okay. My computer's okay. There's a lot of people in this room right now, and this can. I'm just hoping that everything is going to be working out soon, smooth. All right, so where am I? I'm in one of my offices right now, guys. So this is not my dental clinic. I'm at the offices. It's my actually admin office. It's my coaching office. It's in the inner west of Sydney. Anyone who's been to a suburb called Strathfield, in North Strathfield, is about 20 minutes away from the city. And today's topic. Today, I want to talk about how to design your dream dental practice and not leave it by default. I'm at a stage about 6 years ago. We reached a stage where we were averaging out now $1 million per chair. That is not $1 million practice, right? Many people talk about building $1 million practice, and people who have 2 chairs, 3 chairs can easily reach $1 million. That's not what I want to talk about, but I want to talk to you about how I made $1 million per chair practice. And the reason I want to share that information and knowledge with you guys is that I want you guys to make it as well. And the strategies the things I'm going to be teaching and talking to you about today will help you think about what are the things you need to do to reach that status. It doesn't need to be done by tomorrow, but you want to reach a stage where you accelerate to reach that level of success, to reach that $1 million per chair success. And since it's been about 6 years, with the help of my brother Manish and I, and my younger brother Vic, that we have managed to grow, of course, with my team. Team plays an essential role, and I'm going to speak to you about what is required in a team today. But we've taken our time in the last 6 years where we hit $1 million per chair averaged out. When I say it's averaged out, meaning that we have a 4-chair practice, which is at Smile Concepts, 4-chair practice. And the 4-chair practice 6 years ago started making approximately about $4.3 million. So just an average, 4.3 million divided by 4, about $1 million per chair practice. It is achievable. Now let's talk about some basics, right, guys? And while I'm here, I'm going to be running a presentation for you guys. But before I run a presentation, I just want to have a quick chat about where you are right now, because we all need to acknowledge where we are in our current life, both personally and both professionally. When I say both personally, it means where we are in our mindsets. And when I say professionally, it's everything to do with our business. So where are you with your mindsets? What kind of belief systems are you running in your mind? What kind of potential do you think you are? Now, let's get that very clear. Today, I want you just to be open-minded. Be very, very open-minded, because the story I'm going to share with you will make you realize that I'm coming from nothing special. I came from a very, very poor background. I came from a very poor country. And what I have achieved today is primarily because first I worked on my mindset. Secondly, on the right strategies and the right business roadmap I had, and we developed over the years to reach the $1 million per chair practice. So let's get right into it right now. So where are you at this moment in time? First thing, I need you to understand that you need to have the right attitude in life. The attitude is something what we call about inner communication, how you speak to yourself, how you run your mind, how you present yourself in other people, how you present yourself in front of your team, and just how you operate your mind. Just having a positive and optimistic attitude in life. The second thing I want to just quickly mention here is what kind of belief systems you run in your mind, which is many people I coach, when I start coaching them, I first start with discovering what are the limiting beliefs they have in mind. And many people think that they are not resourceful, or they cannot achieve the dreams, the vision, the hopes, and the goals they have set in their mind. And hence they wake up every day in this rat race of life and do the same thing over and over again. As Einstein said, if you keep on doing the same thing over and over again, that's the definition of insanity. So this is what I wanted to share with you. What belief systems at this moment in time, where you are sitting there looking at me, what belief system do you have, or are you living by? And many times that it is the belief systems that is stopping you for leveling up to a different level of success. And the last thing I wanted to talk to you about quickly, very quickly, is the ability to make changes in life, the ability to take action and make changes. How fast do you make changes? Because the difference between successful people and not the successful people is the ability to make fast changes, not slow changes, but fast, immediate action. And I'll come back and talk to you a little bit about that. So anyway, can everyone hear me clearly so far? Is that good, sir, guys? Give me some love. Say something on the chat. I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me. And I'm just going to make sure one more test time. I'm just getting into the thing. Yes, you can. Perfect. All right, good. So loud and clear. Thank you. There is a little bit of lag happening here. There's a little bit of lag happening between my presentation and reaching there. Like anything, the communication technology is still not adapted. In my opinion, there's about a 5-10 second lag, but bear with me. I just want to go into the presentation and let's start. There you go. Okay, just quickly, just starting from the start. Okay, so we're talking about designing your dream dental practice, and that's what the conversation today is going to be, that how we managed to build a dental practice which equates to now $1 million per chair. It hasn't been easy, yet it hasn't been difficult either. So if I could do it, you could do it. Now, many of you, there are a lot of you that haven't met me, but many of you have met me too. And I just wanted to share a little bit of a background about myself quickly. First of all, to let you all know that I was born and raised in Africa, in Kenya. I don't know how many of you have been into Kenya, but if you have, just type yes on the chat. Kenya is 18 years of my life I spent in Kenya. Then I went to United Kingdom, University of Glasgow. That's where I studied dentistry. And as soon as I graduated from University of Glasgow, I came to Australia, Sydney, and I have been in Australia for 18 years of my life. I've been a practice owner for now 15 years. For the first 3 years as I came to Australia, I was an associate dentist. And for the last 15 years, I've been working hard, hustling hard to reach where I am today. And I'm super excited to share all this information with you guys today. So stay engrossed with this. Once again, make sure you've got something to drink, a pen and a paper next to you. We'll be taking some notes. And let's start this by once again telling you what this webinar is today about, which is designing your dream dental practice, and not leave it by default. Leave it by default is leaving it by hope that one day you will just build this magical dental practice. So I'm going to show you a blueprint today on what it's required to build this dream dental practice. So once again, back from Kenya. Kenya, as many of you know, most of you watched Lion King, and what they say, Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata is a phrase from Kenya we use, which means no worries. And I'm sure many of you have watched Lion Kings. Many of you probably have kids as well, and you watch this. And it's a wonderful phrase to use in our industry, because don't you all agree that in our industries that there is so much anxiety and stress going on, right? So Hakuna Matata would be a great phrase to use between us colleagues, just saying that, listen, no worries, everything falls into place. As long as we are switched on right and we're working hard, everything falls into place. So Hakuna Matata. So I was born in Kenya. My dad's a doctor. My mom's my mom at that time was a flower arranger and a wedding organizer. She was a wedding organizer as well. So my mom was a kind of a hustler as well. And but we were not rich. We were average to medium. Mom and dad always made sure that we had food on the table, we had clothes on our body, and we made sure that we got educated. So hats off to them. I really wanted to acknowledge them, that I would not be here, was it if not for them. So it's always good to acknowledge people who have helped us, our parents and our friends, our colleagues, our siblings, etc. So I hope you take a moment of gratitude to just acknowledge wherever you are in your life right now. I'm sure there are people who have helped you get there. So the next thing I want you to quickly wanted to a question to ask, and this is one of the questions I ask in the seminars, which is, what is the number one thing that stands between most people and achieving their dreams? The number one thing, right? When I ask this question, there are a lot of answers I get. And the typical answers I get is, Kinar, the one thing that stands between most people and achieving their dreams is some level of fear. So some fear. Some people answer that it's actually yourself, which is ourselves stops us. Some people have answered by saying it's some lack of a resource, maybe money, maybe they don't have time. But you know what? That's not the number one thing that stands between most people and achieving their dreams. And today, for some of you who have attended my seminars, you know the answer to this. But for those who haven't and those who want a refresher, I really want you to take this point down. The number one thing that stands between most people and achieving their true dreams is something good they settle for. Good. So in settling for good, they sacrifice great. So if I asked, when I coach a lot of dental practice owners, and when I'm consulting them initially about their business, they've settled for good marketing systems in place, a good team, a good telephone technique over the phone to convert the lead into an appointment, a good system to record what's going on in the practice. Good. Because you guys need to understand, the enemy of the good is average, but the enemy of the great is good. So in this moment in time, while I'm speaking about this, I want you to figure out in your lives, why or where have you settled for good, and why can't you make a decision to go for great? Because this is what is number one required, that you, in your mindset, you think that whatever you have, your business, if you're an associate dentist, your communication skills, your case conversion, the ability to attract more patients, the ability to treatment coordinate a patient, whatever it takes, you want to make sure that you don't settle for the good. Your team doesn't settle for the good. Your mindset doesn't settle for the good, but you go for the great. So first thing today, make a commitment, make a decision that you're going to go for great, because everything I'm going to share from now on depends on that. Depends on you making a decision that you're going to go for the great. So good to great. That's the way you want to go for. Now here's something I also wanted to share. Just that understanding that what has got you here in life, wherever you are right now, what has got you here in life won't get you there. Once again, whatever has got you here in life won't get you there. You need to be improving. You need to be learning. You need to be engaging with the right people. I always say that proximity is power. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around with. So look around you. Who are you hanging around with? Who are you listening to? Like so many people I coach, and sometimes I tell them, that you're listening to too many people. Like you're listening to people who haven't even achieved the results you want. Then why are you listening to them? I mean, the best, Tony Robbins says the best way to learn is, or the best way to succeed is to, you know, what do you call, copy other people's success, or what we call role play other people's success. So seek out the people who have achieved success, ask them what have they done. Today's webinar is about that, because I am where I am right now, and I've decided to share with you. In the last 4 years, I've been helping hundreds and hundreds of dentists through my seminars and through my coaching, in just allowing them to understand what is required, and then teaching them the blueprint and the executable steps to be taken to achieve this. And this webinar, I'm going to share with you. So it's up to you to decide to not settle for the good, but go for the great, and understand that what got you here is not going to get you there. And you need to make a decision to start taking new steps and new changes and new actions in life. Moving on, guys, moving on. So here's the question. In your dental practice, or with you, think about this, right? Think just for a minute. What absolutely needs to be great? What absolutely, like, it's not up for sacrifice. What absolutely needs to be great? So in my opinion, if you think about it, your marketing needs to be absolutely great. We are living in times where competition is at the high. Would you agree? Would you guys agree? So I like it if you guys are a little bit interactive with this with me in the chat, and just go with the flow as we speak. So competition is at a very high. Economic times are tough. You know, dentistry, corporate dentistry is coming in a lot. So what needs to be great? Your marketing needs to be great. Do we all also agree? Your team needs to be absolutely great. Your team culture needs to be great. Your team, the joy of your team needs to be great. So how important is it for investing in your team? Why do some dental practices are settling for good teams and not great teams? Some are only settling for average teams, but we're not going to speak about average. I'm assuming everyone, if not most of you, are at least good. But I want to show you ways where we can take you to great. So what needs to be great? Our mindset needs to be great. Our friends need to be great. Our team needs to be great. Our marketing strategies need to be great. The way we handle the patient needs to be great. Our recall system needs to be great. Our recare system, our branding, our ability to do our finances, our profit and loss, balance sheets, everything needs to be great, not average. So today I'm going to be talking about the 10 areas which needs to be great. But let's move on to the next slide here, which is who I really am and why you should be listening to me. And let's get that clarified, guys. Once again, I've been a dentist for 18 years of my life, and we've built a dental practice which is, now averaging more than $1 million per chair practice. But not only that, I'm officially a coach for the last 6 years. I've been training hundreds of dentists. I mean, you guys can read all that. I'm a founder of a lot of companies. I am a serial entrepreneur, but at the end of the day, I love helping other people grow. Obsession. And every one of us have got obsessions in life and obligations in life, and I wonder what your obsessions and obligations are. So you should be very clear on that as well. As a coach, I explore and discover their obligations and obsessions during seminars, but of who I am, and I just want to get this out of the way. So why you should even listen to me from here on, because one of the things I mentioned earlier is that listen achieved things in life. Listen to people who've been there and done that. Hopefully I sit across you today, and I qualify that for that. So let's carry on, guys. The next slide, obligation. This slide, quickly, if you have a pen and a paper or in front of you, this is the time I really want you to write that today is the day. Today is the day, if not tomorrow, but today is the day you will make a decision to become great in life. And stop being good or stop being average. Become great in life. And for that to happen, today is the time you make a decision that you need to make changes in life. Say, we all reach a stage in life where we say, no more. I'm tired of the life I'm leading, I mean, how many of you want to make more money? How many of you want to have more time on your hands so you can spend with loved ones? How many of you want to have more freedom of choice? How many of you want to travel more in life? How many of you are getting sick of working too long hours in dentistry? How many of you are getting, anxiety? How many of you are deep down are feeling that you're just getting burnt out? This is the time you want to say no more and make a decision that I'm going to invest in myself and I'm going to become great. And that's all, guys. That decision for you but you. So take this moment in time and just write the word great. I'm going for great. That's it. I'm going for great. And that, guys, I sit here before you, and before I even continue this, all all the slides I'm going to show you after this, everything I'm going to share with you, it doesn't matter if you don't make this decision today. Great. Become great today. All right. Next one. Uh, yeah, take charge of your bloody force, right? Take charge of your life. This is the time to take charge of your life. Time to go for great. Um, Massive immediate action. As many of you know, all the legends in the world have said that knowledge is not power. How many of you have invested time and money in clinical skills, right? In clinical skills, but your income hasn't gone up. Your lifestyle may have gone up, right? You guys are living in good houses, good cars, sending children to private schools, whatever it is, right? Buying new clothes, buying new cars, right? But um, but your income hasn't gone up. Your lifestyle is still the same. Tough times, challenges, because you've been settling for good. So for that to happen, massive changes, massive immediate action as of today. Whatever I'm gonna go on, I'm just getting some that is disconnected. Just hit reload. Yes. Yeah, I'm just going to take a moment. I think people have found that there's a little bit of a disconnection. Reload web page. Reload isn't working. All good. Okay. Great. Crisis creates opportunity. Sometimes we get crisis and we create opportunity, but it's good to see at least all good now. Great. So everyone's back. Those who got disconnected. Working now. Fantastic. So just recapping that, I surely want to now move into the main hardcore stuff. But just before I go in there, catch up on that point that it's time to decide to become great. It's time to make changes, positive changes in life. It's time to learn what really works. It's time to listen to the right people. It's time to become great and take massive immediate action. So can I get at least a promise from all of you? Those who are really dedicated, give me a yes or give me a promise. So just type in the word promise, because make an obligation to yourselves, not to anyone else. You are not in a live seminar right now, but at least you're in a chat where you can commit to everyone that you're making a promise today that you're going to become great. So just type in promise on the chat, and hell yeah, love it. That's what I want to hear. Okay, because if I'm spending my time sharing all this with you, give me that much credit. At least you're going to be working on it, because other people depend on you. Your families depend on you. Your friends depend on you. Your team depends on you. Your future, your destiny depends on you. So time to design your destiny and not live it by default. Not dream and wish and hope every day of your life. This is it, guys. Let's get moving. So the next one, I'm getting into the essence of building $1 million per chair dental practice. I'm so pumped and excited to share this with you guys. Once again, it's not going to be easy, but it is achievable. And if you want to achieve it, I'm here for you, and I promise you I will help you achieve it if you let me. You sometimes got to let people in your lives to help you. All of us need help. All of us need coaches in life. So this webinar, I'm going to share tons and tons with you, but it's not the end. It's the beginning. All right. So take a lot of notes as I go along. So we move on to a principle I want to share with you, which is the 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule is the Pareto Principle. You guys know about that. Basically, it is 80% of results I get from 20% of effort. I mean, where my point on this slide is pretty much is whereabouts are you focusing your time on? Here's the difference between a beggar. Sorry, the only thing common between a beggar and a billionaire is time. Would you all agree? The only common thing between a beggar and a billionaire is time. So we all have the same amount of time. Me, including your teams, including yourselves and your team. So during your opening hours and closing hours, during that time, where is your team spending time on? Have you ever realized that? Has your team got a structure? What you're about to realize is that 80% of your business is run by your team. We as dentists get carried away by treating patients, by consulting them, by making treatment plans, and by executing the treatment. Would you all agree that 80% of your entire business is run by your team? And if you don't even believe that, by end of this, you will, because I'm going to show you what matters here and why your team is super, super important. So this slide is for you to understand that where are you spending your time? So write the next point down, that I need to understand where I'm spending my time, because the difference between a billionaire and a beggar, a successful dental practice and an average dental practice, is where they are spending the time, because that's one thing constant between us all. Moving on, this is the slide I was just going to ask you. Where is your focus on your business? Where is you spending time? So what I have figured out is that there are 10 areas in your practice that if you absolutely focus and be persistent on, you will soar to success. You will seriously soar to success. This has taken me years to find out that where should I be spending my time in the dental practice, focusing on growth. We talk about growth and providing the best service possible, being the best of the best out there. What time, where do you need to spend this time on? So these are the 10 areas, and today I want to run through these 10 areas with you, showing you, write these 10 areas down. You need to write 2 things down in each and every area: where you are and where you want to go. Where you are and where you want to go. So let's talk about these 10 areas. The first one, by the way, guys, I'm making a special announcement at the end. You want to be here listening to this entire webinar. It's not going to be another 45 minutes to an hour long. That's it. But I'm going to be announcing something super, super special. Some of you know it. I released it at the Dentapreneurs meetup, and I want to give some more people a chance to join this. It's something incredible for the next year, and it's something no one in Australia has ever released. So if you want to know what that is, hang until the end. Moving on to the 10 strategies. Now, look at the 10 strategies. If you have a camera in front of you, take it out and maybe take a picture of this. I'll be sending an email to every one of you who is in here today, and you will get this picture. These are the 10 areas that you need to absolutely put your focus and dedication towards if you want to grow to $1 million per chair practice. So write this down. Even those people who are now averaging out $500,000. By the way, what do I mean by averaging out? So for example, if you've got a 3-chair practice and you're making a 1.5 million gross, that means you're making $500,000 per chair. You just average it out there by 3. So if you have a 3-chair practice and you want to take it to $3 million, how do you do it? You need to focus your energy, your time, and your effort, and your dedication, and your persistence. And today I'm just gonna give these 10 areas to you, but I'm gonna discuss a few points of what you need to start thinking, because today is a day that you're gonna decide to take action and start making changes in the way you operate, and the way you operate your business. So let's move on to the number 1 strategy, which is marketing. By the way, just the different systems. There are a lot of people out there who talk about systems. I like talking about what's the difference between a strategy and systems. We have over 50 systems in dentistry, out of which only 10 are the most important. 80% of your time or more, 80% of your team's time need to be spent on these 10 strategies. And the difference between a strategy and a system is a strategy is how you are unique compared to your next door neighbor. How are you unique in answering your phone calls? How are you unique in your marketing systems? And I'm going to go over all this, but you need to be unique. And that's the difference between a strategy. So write that down. The strategy is about making yourself and your team and your company and your practice and your technology unique. All right, so let's move on to the first one, which is marketing. Marketing. Now, everyone knows what marketing is, right? Marketing is basically an avenue of attracting more patients to your practice. How many of you want more practices? How many of you want more patients in your practice? At least double or triple. Give me a yes if you're hungry for more patients. If you're hungry for more patients, give me a yes. Like, let me know what's the number you want more. Give me a dream number. How many new patients do you want in your practice? Give me a dream number. Like whatever. Give me a dream number. Like let me share a figure with you. In my practice, right? Leads, the amount of phone calls I get in my practice is 220 phone calls, new patient phone calls. 220 new patient phone calls. How many phone calls, new patient phone calls, do you want in your practice? Now think about great and stop settling for average or good. Like think about a figure which is great for your practice. Maybe about 100. Do you want about 100 new patients calling your practice? A month, yes, it's a month. I'm talking about a month. I get 220 new patients phone calls a month. 220 new phone calls a month, guys. How many a month do you want? Right? How many new phone calls a month do you want? Right? Would 100 be good? Would 150 be good? I'm not talking about conversion. These are new patient calling your practice. So think about that, right? 100 would be a great start for many. Yes, I know. And like a lot of practices I coach, the average is 20, 30, 40. The average, right? Some good ones I see. Some good ones are averaging about 60 to 80 new patients a month, right? But the great ones are over 100. The great ones are over 100. Now, is that possible for you? Absolutely. It's just maybe that you don't know how to get those 100 new patients. So today I want to kind of quickly tell you how to get them. Number one, all of you know that there are two kinds of marketing. There's external marketing and there's internal marketing. Now, internal marketing is everything to do with referrals. And I don't want to spend too much time on that because I'll come back to that a bit later on. But it's the best form of marketing. Internal marketing is the best form, yet it's a hopeful marketing. Understand that? It's hoping. Like if you ever, when I ask people, what's your strategy for marketing? And they say, Kinar, I believe in internal marketing. Internal marketing. I said, that's good, but isn't that hoping? Because you're hoping that your loyal patients will refer other patients. So it's a bit of a hopeful marketing. Yet it's a great strategy to have. Would you agree? Internal marketing would be great, but it's hopeful marketing. So I want to quickly talk to you about something called external marketing. Now, external marketing, what is the most important bit about external marketing? And I really need you to embrace this, which is your website. Once again, your website. Now, before I come and talk to you a bit about your website, understand this, that if this is your website, your traffic is coming in to your website. This traffic, the three big sources of traffic is AdWords, SEO, and social media. AdWords, SEO, and social media. Now, we as dentists don't know much about this. I'm guessing most of you don't know the depth of AdWords, SEO, and social media marketing. I'm also guessing most of you don't even know what's a great website looks like. So let me share with you, because I can promise you that if you do not have a great website, none of these avenues of marketing will work effectively, right? Your ROI, which is return on investment, will be limited. Right. So we have a system and strategy in place where our ROIs is up to 10 to 13 times. Let me repeat that. It's 10 to 13 times, means every $1,000 I spend on marketing, I'm getting 10 to $13,000 back. Is there a better investment in life than that? Think about that, right? Is there a better investment? 10 to 13 times, right? So I want you to understand one of the biggest reason for that is because we have an absolute fantastic website. Now, there are two things I want you to write this down that you need to have regarding your website. Number one is what we call look and feel. Look and feel is like when you go to a hotel, right, and you look around and it looks like a 5-star hotel, looks amazing, or a 6-star or 7-star hotel looks amazing, right? Star or 2-star. So the look and feel. Why is look and feel important? Because 70% of the population or your consumers or your people who are visual. 70% of your patients are visual. How important it is that when you come to your website is appealing. It looks high class, right? It looks classy. It looks great. So invest a lot in your own homes. This is something I say to every person I coach and every person who attends my seminars, which is you will have more guests coming to your website than the guest coming to your real house. Isn't that interesting? Right? So how amazing is your website? So look and feel. Number one is look and feel. Number two is when your consumers and when your patients come to your website, how influential is your website for them to make a phone call? How influencing is your copy? Is the words you've written? Is the language you used? Is the position of things you've happened in the website? How influencing is that for them to make a phone call? This is the biggest reason why dental practices are not growing. They're not attracting 180, 150 new patients a month. This is the biggest reason, because they feel the clinical skills are the only thing that counts. No, before any of that matters, you need to get more patients coming, because we are living in an era where competition is high and you gotta stand out. You gotta step up and stand out. Do we all agree with that? Do we all agree that we gotta step up and stand out? Give me a yes, guys. Give me some feedback. Yes. Step up and stand out. All right. Can I get a yes that everyone is getting this webinar okay? Can you listening to this webinar okay? Can I just get a quick yeses, few quick yeses, everyone? Yes, yes. Awesome. Love it. All right. So that's regarding the three things you've learned today. You have to focus on external marketing and not be hopeful on internal marketing, which is important, but don't be hopeful. Number two, that your website has to be immaculate. If you want to know more about designing your website, reach out to me. Reach out and I will help you build great websites. I'll guide you on what you need to do. So great website. Purpose of that website is what? The purpose of the website is to get phone. The purpose of the website is that you don't want people to come to your website and then piss off. The purpose of the website is to be there and then what? And book an appointment. That's the purpose of a website. And the third point you have got today is that the traffic, you need to drive the traffic to your website by your SEO and social media. Okay, I hope this is of value to you guys and makes you start how you need to become great at marketing and not settle for good. Cool. I want to move on to the next one. Telephone conversion. Oh my God, let me tell you something about this, right? So I've been coaching some dental practices over the last few years, and great practices, right? But Interestingly, right, their telephone conversion is at 30 to 40%. 30 to 40%. Um, Let me just say, someone's saying the audio interruptions are getting worse. Is that happening for anyone else? What? Is that happening to anyone else? Can you just quickly let me know? Okay, some are saying yes, some are saying no. You may want to reload the page maybe a little. No, okay. Technology, guys. Technology. Actually, that's a picture of a technology right there, right? Right. All right, guys, if that's happening to you guys, you may want to reload it, but I really need to continue here. So what I want to do is let you guys understand this next strategy. This is strategy number 2. Now, remember, from your websites, from your marketing, you're getting incoming phone calls. The average conversion rate in dental practices is 30 to 40%. And do you know what's even worse? Do you know what's even worse? Dental practice owners don't even know what the conversion rate is. Because when I ask dental practice owners and when I meet people in seminars and in my coaching and all that kind of stuff and ask them, how many new patients are you seeing every month? And usually they have, can I see about 30 new patients a month or 40 new patients a month? And the second question I ask them is, how many patients are you not seeing or are you missing out on? And they don't get that question. And now today you get that question because I'm trying to ask you, how many of those telephone calls or new patient telephone calls have not even been converted by your team? Isn't that interesting to know? So it's very, 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 very important to understand that you need to measure your telephone calls. How many are getting converted by your team? And if the average nowadays is 30 to 40%, don't you think that you need to invest in a telephone script or invest in your front team getting trained in how to answer phone calls? Did you also know nowadays that, and you can verify this by asking your team members, your front team, right? 40 to 50% of your phone calls you get nowadays are on cost. How many of you would you agree on that? They're on cost. Hi there. I'm calling in to find out the cost of a crown, the cost of an implant. How much, guys? How much do you charge for a filling? Blah blah blah. It's cost related. Would you guys agree? So the second question I want to ask you is that, are your team, front team, trained to handle that phone call? Did you know that you never ever answer the cost till you first engage, then you show some empathy, and then you endorse? There are 3 techniques to follow before you ever answer a cost question. You have to engage them. Your team needs to engage them. You need to empathize with them and with their trouble and with their issue or with the problem, and you need to endorse. And this is what a great telephone script looks like. And this is what your team needs to be trained on. Every patient you are missing out to book in, right, is costing you thousands and thousands of dollars. And you know that. Deep down, you know that. So start measuring, first of all, right? And let me show you quickly. This is my telephone script. For those, this is a telephone script I use, right, in my practice. This is the telephone script I train. It's the ultimate telephone script with the right words, with the right language, with the right tone, with the right empathy, engaging and endorsement techniques. And at the end, I'm going to show you a way where you can get a hold of this and you can get a hold of this script. But also, the second part is not just getting hold of the script, but teaching your teams on how to do this, on training your teams, investing in your teams in learning on how to answer telephone calls. Super, 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 super important. And yes, I will be sharing at the end how you can get access to it. I mean, this is years of hard work, guys. This is years and years of hard work. And I just want you to understand why. So let me show you the next thing is, look at this form. This is how my new patients are recorded. So as you can see in that form on your screen, every time a phone call comes into my practice, it is recorded. So at the end of the day, I know how many new patient phone calls came in and how many actually got converted. Isn't this something you need to measure as a dental practice owner? All right. Even if you're an associate at a practice, would you agree that this is something you would want your practice to implement? That measuring new patients, right? Um, yeah, so I will talk to you about how you can get access to all this at the end, please. So for now, guys, I just want you to start thinking on how to becoming great, guys. This is the second strategy what we spoke about, which is training your front team on how to answer your phone calls. By the way, can I quickly ask a question? If the average industry average is 30 to 40% of telephone conversion in your practice, what conversion would you like? Give me a great answer. At what percentage conversion would you like in your practices? Give me an answer for that. What do you think is a great percentage? Yeah, great. 80%. I'd agree. 80% is the most minimum you want to aim for. 80%. Now, can you imagine that's doubling your conversion rates, doubling your telephone conversion rates. A quick question at the end. What do you need to do? Two things. You need to measure and you need to train your team in the ultimate telephone script. This is one of the primary reasons I've built $1 million per chair practice. Okay, so I really, really encourage you, stop settling for the good, aim for the great with your teams handling this. Let's move on to strategy number 3, 7-star customer service. How do you make your patients feel when they come into your practice? Is the question. Has it ever happened that you've been to restaurants or you've been to some hotels, right? And you've just been wowed by the service, right? Even some airlines, right? One of the two favorite airlines I really love is Singapore Airlines and Emirates, right? And if you ever travel even business class with them, it's just like next level of service. So I wonder, are you treating your patients at an economy level, a business level, or a first class level, right? With a 7-star, we call it a first class level, a 7-star experience. Now, just for a moment, I want you to think about what exactly are you doing? Not just you, but your team. What exactly are you doing to provide this 7-star service? Let me give you one of the tips we do in our practice. One of the things we do is that when a new patient walks in, you know how you get this new patient coming to your front desk, right? And they say, I'm here for my name is Peter and I'm here for my 2 o'clock appointment. And your front team knows that this is a new patient that's been booked in. In my practice, I have my practice manager or my front team. It may be Sylvia, Sharon, any one of those front team guns walking out of the reception desk, shaking the patient's hand and saying, welcome to Smile Concepts. My name is Sylvia and I will be looking after you today. Isn't that something amazing to do? Just a simple getting up rather than, sitting on the chair at the reception desk and kind of putting their hand up or just acknowledging them. 7-star means you have to train your team to get up and make your patient feel special. So that's just one technique. I want to ask you, how are you being unique? What are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things? What are the 5 things? Tell me 5 things you are doing different. One of the other things we do different is we give a fresh towel at the end of every appointment. May it be a clean, filling, crown, veneers, whatever it is. We give a nice fresh towel to just like a scented towels. One of those ones we get in a nice restaurant, a classy ones just to wipe ourselves. Like simple things like that. Do you have a great smell, a great aroma in your practice? Do you have the do you have some tea, do you offer tea or coffee to your patients? What are the things you do? How do you follow up with them? Do you guys follow up after big treatments, and personally the dentist following up with them and just saying, hey, Mrs. Jones, just following up on your treatment of yesterday, how are you feeling today? It's just a courtesy call. Like things you do. So one of the things we have employed, and you can, and the public speaks about this. You don't have to speak about your own 7-star experience, but the public tells you, your patients will tell you that you guys are phenomenal, you guys are amazing. How important is it to put this into place, to put this strategy into place? By the way, remember I kept on telling you guys that 80% of your time needs to be spent on focusing on these 10 strategies. 80% of your team's time need to be spent on these strategies. So think about, just put some notes there. I need to make my 7-star customer experience great. Just put it there, and then your mind will come up with ideas. And in the seminars you may have the opportunity to attend next year. I will be sharing so much more with you guys. But for now, just put it there that this is something that you need to put in place. Also dealing with certain specific customer situations, patient situations. If you're running late, or if someone has an issue with a health fund or something, how are you dealing with that? How is your team dealing with that? So much so that your patients feel that you're giving absolute 7-star. So that was strategy number 3. Let's all move on to strategy number 4. By the way, have a look at this, guys. This is my practice. This is my practice. And taken us years and effort to build something like this. Right? I hope you guys feel that this is a great practice. It looks good, at least. Can you see how it visually, it looks and probably feels good as well? I've got some nice couches there as well, right? That's my practice. By the way, when I get a lot of dentists coming to my practice, a lot, tons and tons of them, because I'm very open in inviting. Both my brother and I are very open to inviting anyone who wants to come and check my practice out. But these things, what you see, are not difficult to do. It's very, very, very much in everyone's budget, and you can just, that I like to call it pimp your practice up. You got to pimp your practice up a little bit, right? So make it look a little bit nicer, that the patients feel that you are the reflection. If you're doing any cosmetic dentistry, you're the reflection of what they're looking around, and many of you would agree with that. These are all before and after folders. Look at them, the actual cases we do. Anyway, that's my practice. Moving on to strategy number 4 very quickly. Case conversion, guys. This is a no-brainer. This is where you come into play as a dentist. What is your case conversion? Oh my God! Now, when I ask this to to dentists, right? I'm not asking you about your simple stuff. I'm asking you about medium to high-end case conversion. Your $5,000 to $10,000 treatment plans, your $10 to $20 to $30 to $40,000 treatment plans, right? Any one of us, any one of us can close, right, or convert a patient into some simple fillings and a simple general dentistry. We know that, right? Any one of us can do that. But what's your ability to close medium to high-end cases? Big orthodontic cases, cosmetic cases, veneer cases, implant cases, root canals and crowns, like the bigger amounts, right? And this is the true measure of your case conversion, the true percentage measure of your case conversion, right? And the question is, what is the fundamental success? And today I wanted to share with you one principle, and I need you to understand this very clearly. People do business with people they like. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. So the entire consultation, I need you to understand that in university, we were not taught this. In university, when somebody comes and says, I'm planning to get my smile done, or I want to get my teeth straightened, we quickly jump into giving them solutions and start talking about all that kind of stuff. But no, you need to nurture them. You need to empathize with them. You need to have the ability to ask the right questions. That first few minutes make the entire difference. If the patient comes to like you, they will start coming to trust you. They will start coming to know you. This is my favorite topic to teach, because I believe that My personal success has come from this, meaning that it's the ability to, like, I'm at the stage where I'm averaging anywhere between 10 to 15K a day. And I don't say that to boast. I say that to tell you that I am nothing special. I'm still that boy from Kenya. I'm still that boy from who moved here and didn't. I mean, I was one of the bottom people in my classes, right? I was not a superstar in university at all, but I invested in communication skills. Communication skills are the key. And as you all know, there are three kinds of communication. There is the body language, there is the vocal on how you use your voice, and then there's what you say, the verbal. Now, think about that. Most dentists I come across, right? They have the ability to speak, but the ability to speak and use words is only less than 5-10% of your communication. Remaining 90-95% of your communication is body language and the way you use your words, the tone, the postures, the gestures, the expressions. Have you been trained in that? I have had hundreds of dentists attend my communication seminars or my case conversion seminars and have achieved massive results. They've doubled their income, if not tripled. And some of you who have already attended, sometimes you want a refresher. I'm going to tell you at the end of this webinar what's the opportunity to do for you to get a refresher. So case conversion, I don't need to talk much about that, but just for you to understand that if you're settling at the good level, if you're not at a stage where you're making a good amount of revenue, because think about this, if you make a good amount of revenue, you can grow more as a dental practice. You can see more patients. You can serve more. You can serve more patients, right? Money is not the route to evil. Money is the route to grow and evolve and transform and become better human beings. And that's the mindset you need to have. It's the ability to expand and evolve. So you owe it to yourself to learn these communication skills. And in my books as a coach, it's the number one skill of success. Number one, communication skills. And I'm going to show you at the end of this webinar how you guys can get an opportunity to literally optimize your communication skills to the highest level, not the mediocre level, to the highest level. Let's move on to strategy, the next strategy, right? The strategy. And by the way, have a look at this map. This is my strategy. This is the strategy. And remember, you can see there are 4 parts to it. There are 4 parts to this strategy. Each and every of my consult, I run it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The average consults I have nowadays are 15 minutes, 20 minutes long, maximum. And the average conversion rate I personally have is about 85 to 90%. So 8 to 9 out of 10 patients. And I'm talking about medium to average. Once again, nothing special about me, but something very special on the skill I have. And I'm willing to show that to you. I'm willing to teach that to you if you're open-minded. You know, one thing we all need to get rid of is our egos and these barriers we put on ourselves. We are all open to learning. And that's the key to evolving and transforming. Moving on, guys, the next strategy, treatment coordination. I was at a practice yesterday in Hornsby, and I was running this module with the teams. I was training the teams on how to treatment coordination. What does treatment coordination mean? Meaning that once you guys have done a case consult in your practices, right? How do you bring that patient in? How do you hand it over? So one of the ways to do it, and I'll quickly share this method to you, is imagine, like, I'll just pretend, well, I'll not pretend I am a dentist, right? I'm going to be a dentist. I'm going to be handing over. So I'm handing over to Sylvia. So, and imagine that I have Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones has agreed to get 2 crowns done. So I'm going to walk up to Mrs. Jones has already agreed in the consultation room. Case has been converted. So I would go outside to the treatment coordinator, Sylvia. Say if it's Sylvia who's my front team treatment coordinator, I will say Sylvia, I will go to Sylvia, and I'll look at Sylvia and say, Mrs. Jones has agreed to go ahead with 2 crowns. And I will look back at Mrs. Jones. I'll say, yes, Mrs. Jones. And I will get an agreement from Mrs. Jones. So Mrs. Jones, by that time, will say yes. So thank you, Mrs. Jones. Sylvia, can you please organize the necessary paperwork? Mrs. Jones, I'm looking forward to seeing you and looking after you next time. Thank you. And I walk away. That's called the handover. Very strategic. Get an agreement from the patient one more time in front of the treatment coordinator. And now this is where your treatment coordinator, in my case, Sylvia, would take over, and we call it a takeover. So handover and a takeover. In the takeover, there are about 9 steps which needs to be followed. Out of these 9 steps, the first thing is you need to ask them if is there any questions you have, Mrs. Jones? How was your consult with the doctor? Then you talk about the treatment plan. You talk about the consent forms. You take a deposit. You talk to them about the payment plans. You put everything in a folder. There is a strategy to this, guys. Has it ever happened that the patient says yes to you in the room, right? They say yes to you in the consult room, but they don't book the appointment. Has it ever happened to you? That is because your treatment coordination stage is not at a great level, right? And you're missing out on these patients. They may have said yes, or they may have given you an agreement in the room, but they failed to book an appointment. They failed to leave a deposit. Treatment coordination stage is so important nowadays because we also take deposits in for our patients. I have less than 5% or 2%, less than 2% UTA or an FTA, unable to attend or fail to attend appointment. How many times in a day or in a week do you guys have missing slots? Patients don't turn up. I don't have that in my practice. I've eliminated that. And it is the reason I have built $1 million per chair dental practice, guys. So understand this. This is a strategy. It's a very simple strategy, guys. Nothing difficult about it. But you need to get your team trained in it. That's it. And lastly, one of the few things, and this is a tip for you guys to take away, is that at the treatment coordination stage, the last step is we give our patients a welcome gift. I'm wondering what you guys do at your treatment coordination. Do you guys, we give a nice, cool, one of those aluminum water bottles. It's an amazing water bottle. It's branded with our name. A water bottle is something which will never be thrown away. It's always taken around or put on a desk, and it will be branding, self-branding for you. But the point being is that, are you giving a gift away to your patients at the end? So that's the next stage. Hey guys, how you guys all going? By the way, let me show you, we also have a financial consent form. Every patient of ours signs this financial consent form. This is something I will be sharing at the end of the webinar as well, and how to get your hands on it. The next strategy, quickly, follow through. Once your patients have had treatment, how are you following up with them? What happens to the patients who have not committed to treatment? How are you following up with them? Are you sending do you have an email sequence in your practice? Like every 1 or 2 months you are educating and informing your patients? Do you have that in place? So ask this. Yes, Brian, I do. Just a quick question to ask, just quickly, Brian. Yes, I do. We give a gift to every patient. It's one of the interesting techniques of persuasion and influence. It's a very positive thing to do, to gift someone as well. And more importantly, like a gift, you give them as a welcome gift. It's like when guests come home, you don't send them back out without any snacks or a drink, right? You give them a welcome gift. So here in this case, coming back to this strategy, follow through. Think about that. How is that strategy in your practice? Is it optimized? Is it at a great level? I want to move on to the next one after that, which is referrals and reviews. I love this topic. How many reviews have you got in your practice? When you guys go overseas, do you check TripAdvisor? Do you check all these platforms out there in the market where, you check what the rating is of that hotel, what the rating is that of that restaurant? Do you guys do that? Do you guys do that? Don't we all do that? Do you think your patients are doing that? Think about that for a second. Do you think your patients are looking at the reviews? Because reviews is social proof. They're finding out what others are saying about you. Now, there are 2 kinds of people in this world. One who are ego and arrogant and saying that reviews don't mean, but those who are forward thinking that, oh my God, because in this time of competition and how am I stepping up and standing out? How am I making myself unique and different? Reviews, Google reviews, so important. And yes, there are some APRA laws against it. People can't be talking about clinical stuff, but it's okay for people to leave a review on your experience they've had on your practice, the experience they've gone through. So important for you to understand, to have a strategy in place. The people I coach innately, through my Destiny Design program, these guys are targeting about 20 to 25 reviews a month. I am asking you, where are you going to be in the next 3, 6, or 12 months? How important are you taking this? How, also talking about referrals, how actively is your team asking for referrals? Let me share a quick strategy about how to ask for a review or a referral. First thing is that imagine Mrs. Jones has finished her treatment. Mrs. Jones comes out, and this is how you ask for a review. Would you guys be interested in knowing? I'm going to be sharing with you as well. So if you want to say yes, say yes. Okay, it just makes me more pumped to share this with you guys. But how do you ask for a review? Mrs. Jones comes out and asks for review. Mrs. Jones comes out and you've finished the treatment. So the way you do it is you ask Mrs. Jones first. You or your team member will ask Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones, and always remember the A, attitude. You got to be smiling. You got to be a little bit bubbly. And you got to say, Mrs. Jones, how was your experience with us? How was your experience with us? And by this time, you want to hear something positive coming out from Mrs. Jones' tongue, tip of the tongue, right? So you want to hear something coming positive, right? If Mrs. Jones says something positive, you respond back by saying, thank you, Mrs. Jones, for that lovely feedback. Would you please write us a review, 3 to 7 line long? It would really help us. Simple. That's it. And then you show them how to write the review. That's the next step. But the point is, I just shared with you how to ask for a review. Mrs. Jones, how was your experience with us? Good, 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 good. And then you ask Mrs. Jones, thank you so much for your feedback, Mrs. Jones. Would you please write us a review, 3 to 7 lines long? It would really help us. And by this time, Mrs. Jones is already in the positive aura, is already in the positiveness. So very, very likely Mrs. Jones will write it. I guarantee you 5 to 7 out of your patients will start writing reviews. So start implementing this technique with the people who attend seminars and coaching. Of course, I'm going to be revealing a little bit more, but that's how you also ask for referrals as well, guys. But my point to you is that this is another strategy you have to absolutely put in place to build $1 million per chair dental practice. Let's move on to the next one, recall. I just want to remind everyone, guys, that I will be sharing something very super special at the end of this webinar. We'll be coming to the end very soon. Hang in there, not very long to go, perhaps another 20 minutes or 25 minutes or so, but something you don't want to miss out. It's limited in numbers. Coming back to this point here, recare systems every 6 months, right? Do you guys find that this is where most of the patients don't turn up? There is a high failure rate of showing up for the 6 month. I mean, you've tried everything in place. You phone, you email, you SMS. So my point to you is, what strategy do you have in place? And one of the things I advise dentists on this is that, first of all, us dentists, right? We need to start stressing the importance of 6 monthly, preventive. Start stressing the importance every time to our patients. One of the things I do is I remind my patients, if it's Mrs. Jones, I tell Mrs. Jones, you do understand, Mrs. Jones, and there are 2 or 3 things I say. One of the things I say to Mrs. Jones is, Mrs. Jones, more than 90% of our patients make sure that they attend their 6 monthly recalls because they value their dental health. Mrs. Jones, I feel that you are part of the 90%. So I make it almost like a social proof that, Mrs. Jones, it is important, and not only you have to attend, but other patients of ours attend as well, because they're forward thinkers, they look after their health. The second thing I mention to them, or I say something along the lines, is, Mrs. Jones, it's so important to come every 6 months, because if we can pick something up earlier, it's so much less painful and less expensive. So I always use those 2 words. It's less painful, less expensive to sort it out. So Mrs. Jones, do not, Mrs. Jones, please pay attention to why we book the 6 months appointment. So these are just 2 or 3 tips. So this is called the preventive way. The second way is that, in terms of recare, what SMS, how is your system? So the way we do it is we book our patients 6 months in advance, right? But a month before their appointment, we phone them. We phone the patients and we ask for a confirmation. If they don't pick the phone up, we send an SMS. The SMS will get the response in asking for a yes from them. They have to reply yes. If they don't answer, we also phone and chase them back a week before and 48 hours before the appointment. So this is the technique we have. It's very structured, very strategized. Nowadays, we have personally reduced, I would say in our practice, it's probably about less than 10% don't turn up, which is still great, because this is an area in dental practices where they have more than 20-30% not showing up. So put that in place. Make sure you have the right strategy in place. Okay, so that's particularly the way we work. Now the next one I want to talk about is branding, guys. A black t-shirt, plain black t-shirt versus a black t-shirt which says Nike or logo, or some branded. One sells for $5, the other sells for $50. I mean, we can ignore it. We can be, arrogant about this subject, but understand nowadays branding is everything. Social media, Instagram, Facebook. How are you guys being there in front of the public? How are you guys distributing to the community, helping the community, contributing out there, charities? How are you branding yourselves at dentists? How are you branding your practices? How are you branding your technology? Did you know that also you need to brand your technology? So keep an eye on this. By the way, what business are you in? You are not in the business of fixing teeth. You're not in the business of repairing teeth. You're not in the business of doing fillings. Understand this, guys. This is how successful people think. You are in the business of changing lives. You are in the business of increasing confidence. You are in the business of putting people back in front of the cameras. You are in the business of helping people enjoy and indulge in their food. That's what you're in the business of. You're not in the business of teeth. All right. So this is a very important talking about branding. Guys, the next one and the last one, one of the things I really encourage every dentist to have is something called a dashboard, which is at the end of every month, have a short summary on how your practice is operating. Wouldn't it be amazing that you get 10 minutes or 15 minutes of your time and just figure out, how many new patients am I getting? How many new telephone conversion have been converted? How many referrals did I get? How many reviews did I get? How is my marketing budget working? Is my ROI good? Simple. What is my turnover? Is my turnover increasing? All this kind of stuff. So it's a very important thing to understand that having this dashboard, right, is so important, and your team needs to be trained. It takes only half an hour for them to fill this in. But it's important for you not to wait every 6 to 12 months to look at a profit and a loss or a balance sheet. You need to pay attention to your business every month. You need to have an eagle's eye every month. So please put this. These are the 10 strategies, guys. And I really hope you found value in this, understanding how you can take yourselves from good to great, how you can build or double your revenues. Whatever you're making right now, whatever you have achieved, you're not done yet. There's an ability for you to make more. There's an ability for you to inspire, empower your teams. There is an ability for you to grow more, right? There is so much potential in you guys. And I love working with people. I love engaging with people who want to grow more, right? So get around me, get around the people I'm with, right? So it's so important, guys, to think about these 10 strategies. And once again, 80% of your time and your team's time need to be spent on these 10 strategies. Guys, let me show you what I'm offering for the next. By the way, this is my monthly dashboard. Let me show you what I'm offering for anyone who's interested to exponentially grow next year. This has never been released. I released it in the Dentapreneurs event 2-3 weeks ago, and I would say about 90% to 95% of people there signed up because they found a value in it. And if you find value in it, you better be fast getting on to board with it. But spend the next 10 minutes having a look at what it is, and this can change your life, right? It is called, by the way, anyone wants to take a photo of that, anyone wants to reach out to me, anyone wants to know how to grow exponentially, has any challenges in life, I'm there for you guys. feel free. This is my obsession and obligation in life to help others grow. That's my phone number, guys, by the way. So don't spam me at the middle of the night, right? Just warning you, all right? Keep it real. Diamond Dentapreneurs. This is a club, and you have the opportunity to become an exclusive member of this club. And let me share with you what it is. It is giving you 6 things, and I quickly want to go over the 6 things, the 6 value you're going to get being a member of this Diamond Dentapreneurs. So the first one, you have access to all these seminars and workshops. You can see it in front of you. All the seminars happening in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. You have the opportunity to attend all these seminars which are in front of you. Like, just have a look at them. I used to run them as individual seminars. I have put them all together here. You have the opportunity to attend all. You have the opportunity to attend 50%, 60%. It's up to you. The deal I'm going to give you today is mind-blowing, and I really want you to pay attention to this, because this could change your life one more time. So you can see, and let me go through one by one with you, right? So the first one is leadership. In my books, this is the most important seminar you probably will attend as a dental practice owner. It will change your life. Understanding that leadership is about building a character. You are not born a leader. You are not graduated out of university as being leader. One of the biggest challenges we hear from us dentists is how we can empower and build an amazing team. And stop pointing fingers at your team. It's time to take responsibility and become a great leader. I promise you that this 2 days spending with me on this seminar will change your life, right? Will change your life. And I promise you that. You will be a different human being. You will start shaping your character in a different way. So this is one of the seminars. No, this is nothing like Prime Speak. Do I even sound like anyone out there, guys? Right? This is Kinar. This is, I'm hoping so far I've made an impact for you guys to understand who I am and what I teach. By the way, can you have a look at this? I also you have the ability to come and attend a seminar where I train you to get your conversion rates up to 70, 80%, medium to high end. And this is it. I'm very unique. There is no one who teaches this, and I can guarantee you this, because I walk the talk. I'm still a dentist practicing 10 days a month, 8 to 10 days a month, and I'm seeing mainly major cases. Why? Because I have the ability to convert. I have the ability to communicate, and I'm going to show you how to communicate verbally, vocally, and visually. Visually is a lot of non-verbals, a lot of postures, a lot of gestures, a lot of expressions. This skill is a must skill, and I need you guys to learn this. Forward thinkers. Like, if you guys want to attend the seminars individually, I've put a price on that. That's the price of the seminar I've been charging all these years. But I'm giving this out for something very, very, very special. Very special. And if you guys want to take hands on this, then just give me another 5-10 minutes and I'll show you how you can get this all for a no-brainer price, right? Next one. Team training. I have finally opened up for you to bring another 4 or 5 team members, and I'm going to teach them in the team environment how to give 7-star customer service, how to answer the telephone, right? How to have the script in there, and how to ask for referrals, reviews. If you find it challenging to train them, I will train them for you. Bring it into one of the seminars. These seminars held in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. So you can bring your team members there. You don't have to fly them over, right? But it's capped to about you and 4 other team members, right? But I will have also another special if you want to bring more team members to it. But the point being is, this is what I used to charge. It used to be about $3,500 seminar, but wait till the end to hear the special. The next one, of course, super, super, super important. It's about time that you learn about marketing and not leave it to the cowboys out there. Right? There are too many cowboys out there, and I feel really angry when I speak about this subject, because I see too many dentists getting crumpled by people out there who are taking advantage of not putting the right strategies in place, right? So let me tell you something. You need to know how to literally empower yourselves in and everything to do with digital marketing. I'm going to teach you and make you understand what you need to know, so then you can make intelligent decision for the people you hire to make your websites, to do your SEO, to do your AdWords, to do your social media, to do all that. I'm going to be sharing with you social media marketing. I'm going to show you exactly what your team needs to. I mean, look at that. I'm going to give you a calendar of the entire year of what to post on your social media. Like, do you ever wonder what your team should be posting every single day? I'm going to share that with you. Isn't that amazing? Like, I'm going to share them what they need to think. What else am I going to share? I'm going to share with you 50 social media content ideas. I'm going to share with you the ultimate mind magnetism map. This is the formula for learning the visual, verbal, and vocal communication. Look at how intense that map is. How amazing would it be that you have the ability to inspire, influence, and impact anyone in this world, your children, your parents, your loved ones, your teams, your patients. Number one skill is communication, and I'm obsessed about teaching this skill, and I will show you how to do this. But you have to take the first step and come and learn this. And I'm going to share this with you. I mean, look at this individual price of this seminar. Anyone wants to come and just attend this seminar, that's what they will be paying. Anyone else, right? Yes, I will be sharing a bit more information. Please just give me a bit more time to finish this. Oh my God, this is something amazing. I've never done this before. I'm going to teach you how to read faces, how to know what kind of behaviors people have from the faces. Now, dentists, we look at faces every day. This is not a voodoo science. I'm going to actually teach you there's certain traits you can pick up on a face. And I'm going to teach you, it's called facial recognition patterns. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. How amazing would this skill be? Now, by the way, please use all these skills ethically, right? Because you will become a powerful communicator when you learn all this. And I really hope that you're going to be using this ethically. I'm going to make you guys sign a waiver or something, because I believe in doing the right thing in life and making sure that you guys use it for the right purposes. Okay, so we're all dentists, we're all professionals, and that's a given. The next one, guys, the next seminar is I'm going to be calling an international speakers, and you're going to get 2 tickets for that. Someone else apart from me to hear as well. So I'm going to get multiple of speakers coming in, and you're going to get 2 tickets for that as well, worth $800 worth of value, right? Guys, all this live seminars is worth close to $26,000. If you were to register them individually, they're close to that much. Not only that, they are worth over 50 CPD points. If any one of you are obsessed about just gaining CPD points, you're going to get your CPD points. But the point being is not that. I mean, I don't care less about CPD points. I care about how I grow, evolve, and transform. That much value. But I'm not done yet. I'm going to be showing you what else is inclusive of this members club, right? So this is just the one part of it. The second part of it is that I'm bringing you product discounts. If you're a dental practice owner, I'm working with another 10 to 15 companies and I'm going to bring you discounts. You can see the discounts already in there. There are so many discounts I'm going to be bringing. Clear correct. If you're doing clear correct cases for the entire 2020, you're going to get 10% of every case. You'll easily save $2,000-3,000 there. If you're doing any implant cases, I've already negotiated with DO implants. I'm the one doing all the work, going to all the companies and negotiating. I'm doing this because I want to bring value to this club, to the members of this club. I'm going to be bringing so much other deals from other companies. I would guess you will save minimum $15,000-20,000 in the year of 2020 if you were to be a member of this Diamond Dentapreneurs. Third one, guys, clinical training. I'm also working, as you know, I network a lot. I talk with a lot of professionals, other speakers as well. I'm in the speaking industry. I have got a lot of friends in the speaking industry, and they've agreed to join me and do a special for our members in the Diamond Dentapreneurs. Look at the amount of seminars I've already negotiated, right? I've already negotiated so many seminars. I'm bringing another 10 to 20 seminar discounts for the year of 2020. It's a no-brainer. You will save another $10,000-20,000 for people who are clinical junkies, people who want to learn more clinical stuff and other stuff, lasers, wisdom teeth, implants, NLP, ClearCorrect, Invisalign. I'm going to be talking to all these companies and bringing you seminar discounts. So you have an advantage of being a member of this club and save thousands of dollars of being this, getting seminar discounts. The next one, and this is a very crucial one. Pay attention to this, guys. You want to know what I'm going to give away. I'm actually giving away a USB key. Look at this USB key. It has got all the resources I've been showing you all this time. Have a look at it. Let's go through that, right? I'm going to give you an intense, and I'm going to be sending you every month new resources. I have never done this before in my life, and I'm doing this only for people who are members of the Diamond Dentapreneurs Club, who are exclusive members. Look at this. I'm going to give you my telephone script. I'm giving you my entire telephone script. I'm going to give you my new patient inquiry form. I'm going to give you every consent form you need. Are you guys using consent forms? I use consent forms for every procedure in my clinic. So these are advanced consent forms. These are something I've polished and worked over the years. I'm going to give all of them to you in every procedure in dentistry. I'm going to give you my treatment plan, financial consent forms. I'm going to give you access to my hypnotic language patterns. Hypnotic language patterns are the patterns you use to influence and inspire people much more. I'm going to give you access to even more language patterns. I'm going to give you access to how to write a Google review. If you don't know, if you want your patients to start writing Google reviews, how do you give them instructions? I'm going to give you that as well. I'm also going to give you the spin questions, which is part of the case conversion. What exactly the spin questions to ask? What are the right questions to ask at a case conversion? Of course, if you're a member, you'll have the opportunity to attend the case conversion seminar, because all the seminars were inclusive, all the products, all the clinical discounts inclusive all this. So I'm going to share this with you as well. I'm going to give you all these books. Now, how many of your books, by the way, I got a book today just to show you. I wanted to share this with you. Today I received these books. There's no plan B for your plan A game. How amazing is this book? I don't know how many of you know Bo Eason. Bo Eason is a good friend of mine, and I have actually trained under him as well. He's an amazing, amazing guy. He's a vocal coach as well. He's a trainer. Anyway, bottom line is, how many of you are readers? Because leaders are readers. The more you read, the more you will make. The more you will make, the more you'll grow. It's very simple. So I'm going to share with you, look at the amount of books I'm going to give you. All these ebooks, it's all part of the package. All part of the package, right? Like I'm gonna just skip through all them, but like it's just to show you tons and tons and tons of books I'm gonna give away. All these books, AdWords, Team, Master, Balance, everything to do with this, right? And you're gonna get this USB by itself. This USB I have in front of me right now. It's worth just around the $4,000 mark, because there's a lot of IP. I've taken years and years to put the information in there. There's a lot of IP in this, and I'm going to give it to every member who signs up to this today. And one more time, the FAF, Mastermind means that. Now, this is super, super important, right? I don't like just you guys coming to a seminar. I like 3 times a year, I'm going to hold a mastermind meetup. It's almost like we will have an exclusive proximity getting together, sharing our values, sharing our business plans, sharing our struggles, our challenges. Hotspot expert speakers are going to be there. It is a time, one day you need to attend, so 3 masterminds, one day each. It's a time to get pumped. How many of you feel that every few months your energy goes down, right? This is an opportunity to be and immerse and build friendships. It's time to build new friendships, new proximity, and people to help you grow, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with. These are the things I'm going to be sharing in the mastermind meetups. All those kind of things you can see on the screen. SWOT analysis. We're going to do hot seat solutions, expert speakers. It's going to be 6 to 8 hours worth of value. Plus, of course, we'll all network and all that. So mastermind meetups, it's all part of your membership. This is all inclusive. Now, guys, there will be a 3rd mystery meetup, and I'm not going to say much about that, but if you're a member, you just got to wait and see what that's all about. Lastly and not least, we're going to have an exclusive membership. I want to be adding more value to the people who are going to be committing to being around me and just those people who want to grow, okay? People who can look in my eye and tell me, can I help me grow? Because I like people who, I always say, ego is not your amigo. Put your ego out of the way. I've done it. I've been there. I've built this. Come and learn from me. I'm happy to teach you. I'm an open book. Many will vouch for that. And I'd really appreciate that you join this. And this is like, you guys are ready what I'm going to charge for this? How many of you are wondering what I'm going to charge for this, right? Right. So it's going to be an exclusive membership, right? Right. By the way, guys, the people I've been with, Howard Farran, Brendan Bouchard, Richard Branson, I've been with all these people. I've been nothing to brag here. This was a time in my journey where I was nitpicking brains of other people in my life because I was hungry. What are these guys? What level of, it's interesting to know what level of thinking these guys are doing, right? But I'll share with you in the mastermind meetups on this. Testimonials, if anyone has ever doubted me, guys, you have, I don't know, 100, 200 testimonials I can show you. I mean, I'm not going to waste too much time showing. I mean, I've trained practice managers, I've trained teams, I've trained hundreds and hundreds of dentists in there. I may also go and tell you guys that I'm proud to be who I am. I'm very authentic. I'm very raw, and I am someone unique because I've invested in me over the years to become who I am, and I can help you with that. So loads and loads of testimonials here, guys. If you guys want to see more testimonials, you can go to my website there, kinarshah.com, and you'll see testimonials, hundreds of them there. A lot of video testimonials. So I'm credible enough to help you with this. That's the only reason I'm showing all these testimonials to you, right? Lots of doctors have helped and come to my. But back in the day, guys, I wanted to share this with you. There's an elite group of, and I wanted to acknowledge everyone who's a SAM member who may be listening today as well. I really respect you. I love being around you guys. These guys have grown on me and over me over the last 1 and 2 years. I've had SAM membership. I used to do this as a success accelerator. I used to charge this much. Everyone paid $20,000 to be in my mastermind. That what used to be. I have stopped doing this program. So many of you have been asking me, can I please join your SAM program? I'm sorry to say I'm not doing the SAM, but my time is going to be dedicated to the Diamond Dentapreneurs. But I'm going to share with you how much I'm charging for this, because all of you are wondering by now. Those who are still there are wondering by now what I'm going to be charging. So summary, guys, you're going to get this much worth, almost $28,000 of all, like everything you put together here with the seminars, discounts, clinical, mastermind meetups, USB, CPD, power proxy, it's up to $60,000 worth of value. $60,000 worth of value. I have never done this. I have never offered so much in 1 year as such. How much am I getting? Everyone's on the edge of the seat wondering, right? It's a good technique, right, to put everyone on the seat. But I'm very, very serious now, letting you guys know there will be limited numbers who will be allowed to be signed up for this. In the Dentapreneurs meetup, 90 to 95% of people signed up on that day because of brainer. So I'm not charging you $60,000, guys. I'm not charging you $60,000. I'm going half of that. I'm not even charging you $30,000. I'm not even charging. Would you guys think that $15,000 would be a fair price on this? How many of you think $15,000 would be a fair price? At least some of you tell me at least $60,000, by the way, $15,000 would be a fair price to attend all the seminars, to get everything in there, right? You guys are not thinking that even $15,000 is worth the price. Oh my God, how much value do you guys need? Nothing comes for free, nothing comes for cheap, right? But guess what, guys? I'm not even charging you $15,000. I'm not even charging you half of $15,000. How amazing is that? I'm charging you less than $6,000 for everything you've seen. What do you want me to say more, guys? Who's interested? Who wants to send the link? There is limited number, like I said. And by the way, now you guys know why everyone signed up for this in Dentapreneurs, pretty much. Why? It's a no-brainer, because I want like-minded people in this, right? I am going to be strict in there, but at the same time, we're going to have fun. But I need people who are like-minded and want to grow. And I promise you that anyone who is going to be in this group, it's a no-brainer. Do you want to know something else, guys? This is who I am, right? And I'm being very authentic, and I've shared with you even today's information, which no one else will share, and just tell you straight up on your faces that this is what you need to learn to build a multi-million dollar per share practice, right? Not only am I going to charge you this much, but I'm also giving you a, by the way, this is an early member rate only, right? This is an early member rate only. It is going to go up very high. So today, this is today's rate, not tomorrow's rate, today's rate, right? And I want to share you guys, that's the link, but don't go yet. I just want to show you, everyone wants to write that link down, right? Write that link down. I'll be sharing it at the end as well, but write it down, and I'll put it on the chat as well. I'll put it on the chat as well, but don't go yet. Don't go yet. I still haven't finished. I want to show you something, right? I mean, it's a ridiculous value, right? I'm those people who are not ready to change or take massive immediate action, or those who are ready to, this is for the year of 2020, my dear. This is for, guys, please don't ask me much, man. All these seminars, it's a membership, it's a club, it's a membership for the year of 2020. But please don't go yet, because this is what I want to share, right? There's also a payment plan for people who want to pay it over time. I don't even know why would you pay it over time, but this is what I want to know. It's 110% money back, which is, if you come to the leadership module, right, which was $3,500 just by itself. So people who just want to attend the leadership module, it's $3,500. But if you come to the leadership module and you come to my face and you tell me, Kinar, I don't want to be part of this member, I didn't like the seminar, within the first day, if you attend the first day of leadership module and you tell me that you don't, I will not only give you your money back, I will give you 10% more. How is that for a guarantee? Right? I will give you a 10% so you can donate to a charity. I don't care what you do with it. You can buy some lollies for it. Ideally, you should donate to a charity if you ever do that. But what I'm trying to say is that that's how confident I am in helping you, right? So this is, yes, this starts from the 1st Jan 2020 till the 31st December 2020. I will share that website one more time, but just hang on there, guys. It's 110%. But here's the funny thing, right? The funniest, do you want to listen to the funniest thing, right? There is a special bonus offer. Anyone who signs up today, I'm going to be inviting them on the beginning of Feb for a goal setting seminar. You're going to spend 4 to 6 hours with me, mapping your year out. Setting your goal for the year of 2020 is very important. Every successful person I've known plans themselves and has clarity. If you want me to help you as a coach, plan yourself out, because all these years you've been haphazardly running your year. I'll help you with that. And I'm not talking about just the business goals. I'm talking about your life goals, your health goals, your relationship goals, your spiritual goals, your friendship goals, all those goals. I'm going to help you set them. So anyone who signs up for that. The next thing I want to tell you guys is just a few conditions. What is not inclusive, it's $60,000 worth of value, less than $6,000, guys. It's a ridiculous offer if you feel that and you know that, right? All those seminars, all those clinical discounts, all those seminar discounts, the mastermind meetups, the proximity meetups, the networking, for less than $6,000 a year investment. The only thing I'm asking with everyone is that there will be a $97 per day to feed you guys. I'm not going to be having that value, because it does cost a lot of money to hire a venue and to have morning tea, afternoon tea, and lunch. $97, guys. You guys are Dennis. It's per day. It's an obvious no-brainer. Anytime you attend a seminar per day, that's the value. I also want to say this. Many people have been asking me, Kina, can I bring my spouse or my partners in? If you're with this ridiculous value, you better sign your spouse up, because these are seminars which will help them grow as well, right? And it's an investment. And not only that, if you do want to bring them separate to seminars, there's a 35% discount to them. So if it's 1 or 2 seminars you want to bring, it'll be a 35% discount. All your associates, if you're an associate, it's a no-brainer for you. This is how you bring up your value and you make more revenue and as an associate. So for dental practice owners, it's a complete no-brainer. for associates. It's even for you to learn these skills and start investing in you. This membership is not transferable, and this early member rate will only offer for a time. So I want to tell you guys this. These are the conditions. No, you don't have I like that. I'll drink tap water, Mel. That's a funny one, right? But it's fair. I'm just gonna. Everything needs to be strategized and system. I'm doing this as a ridiculous offer, but here's the biggest thing I want to talk to you about, right? No, these seminars are not accessible online. These are live seminars because I want you to be there. I want you to invest and come, because I can guarantee each and every one of you, right? This is me telling you guys, if you indulge with me in this year, you'll make a minimum 10 times the return. If not 50 times the return. Why am I so confident saying? Because I've had previous people who have done my programs. They've come back to me. They've changed the way their minds work. They've changed the way they communicate. They've changed the way they've implemented things in their practices, in their lives, the case conversion, telephone techniques. They've changed all that. And they've multiplied their income by minimum 10 to 15 times. So it's a no-brainer, guys, okay? And the last thing, it is only for today, a 5965 plus GST. And the last slide I want to share with you, it's tax deductible. It is tax deductible. So you're only spending $3,000 for this entire membership to get all this $60,000 worth of value from out of your pocket is $3,000, right? So guys, I don't know what else to say, right? Either you take action or you don't. It's entirely up to you. There will be limited numbers. I will close it off as the numbers hit. Now, I'm not going to share with you what numbers they hit. That's my personal and my admin teams. But I've never, ever, ever offered this anywhere before, guys. It's 110% guarantee, 100% tax deductible, $60,000 worth of value, the amount of like-minded people you will meet, the amount of engagement you will have, the amount of solutions you will have, the amount of skills you will earn, and more importantly, the amount of character you will build with me. It's priceless. The ability to inspire, influence, impact your team members, your loved ones, and the people around you matters eventually as the last thing and the last day of being present on this earth. If you have that ability to inspire, influence, and impact people, I will teach you how to do that. Not only for a monetary growth or a business growth or a personal growth, but the ability to help others. And this is why I am doing it for you guys. It's only 1 year I'm running. Don't ask me for 2021. I don't know. I change, I evolve, I transform. This is for the year of 2020, starting from 1st Jan to 31st December. Yes, it applies to every business. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Mel. It applies for every business because I'm teaching you leadership skills. I'm teaching you marketing skills. I'm teaching you business skills. I'm teaching you social media skills. I'm teaching you communication skills, verbal skills, body language skills. I mean, no brainer. So even if you don't apply the clinical discount, the seminar discount, all that, just attending the seminars in itself for a tax deductible rate of $3,000, isn't that a no-brainer? Come on, guys. So sign your spouses. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to come with partners, right? But there is limited spots, guys. I have not thought about doing any of this live. Live is not an easy thing to do for 6 to 8 hours a day. So I don't know. All I'm saying, I'm not making any promises. I'm just saying that sign up for it. It's a no-brainer, guys. And be there with me. Be there with others around you, right? I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible. Any other questions, guys? I need to really wrap this up. Can we watch this live video again? Yes, you can, Sylvia. Sylvia, yes, you can. I will send you a link to watch this live video again. But do sign up, guys. That's what I'm saying. It's a no-brainer. Take some action. Take some action. Make changes in life and stop settling for good when great is an option. Stop it. This is the time you made a decision that you're going to make something. And if you are not wowed by what I've offered, I don't know what will wow you in life, right? If you've not thought that what I've offered is magical, right? If I've not given you a 7-star experience just now in the last 1.5 to 2 hours, then I don't know what's going to make you tick in life, right? I hope I've added some value. If you don't sign up, I hope to catch up with you at some point in life. I'm here to help you guys. I don't know, Kay, whether this offer will be tomorrow. You may want to log in and check again, because it will, if the numbers sign up, this link will be going on to other people also. So there will be. The payment plan is on the link as well when you press on the link and check out. So David, when you press a link. Thank you, Angie. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Let me see if I've got anything left. Club, that's the link. Anyone wants the link to that? You want to read everything? That's the link to that. I've been speaking for 2 hours, so I really want to thank you for your time being here. This webinar will be sent, a replay will be sent to you sometime tomorrow, so you can go over it again and maybe refresh your notes. But don't wait to sign up to this, guys, because if spots go, spots go. I'm sorry if I can't help. You'll have to attend the individual seminars at a much, much ridiculously higher rate. Thank you guys so much. Really out of breath and out of time. And I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm going to go have dinner. It's late for me as well. I want to thank my team who has been supporting and being besides me as well. Mia, Jess, you want to like pop your head in? No, they don't want to pop their head in, right? Team is so important to have in everything, right? Do we all believe that like team is everything? So that's Jazz, my man Jazz. I have Mia here as well. Like, this is my coaching team, right? And we have fun, we grow, we evolve, we engage, but we work and hustle hard. If you want to hustle hard for 2020 and you've made a decision to double or triple your revenue, you know what to do. Thank you, guys. Take care. One more time, I cannot stress how much value this membership will have. You can read that, right? And it'll give you more freedom of time and choice. And I really need to go. I just want to finish my slides. Thank you one more for your time. Adios. God bless you all. Thank you for your time.